What's up, guys? Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you guys enjoy the content and want to see more of it. I appreciate the support and hope you guys enjoy.
Alrighty, whenever you are ready.
Alright, so pass, I'll draw, get 2 Dawn, and then I'll play that Uta.
Yep.
Checking top
Good.
5, 3, 4, 5, and we will take a lot of choices. I think the Lucky Root is good here.
Ooh, that's gonna be obnoxious.
Then I'll pass.
Yep. Let's go 5 at life.
And I'll do my
Trash
leader
2.
effect.
Yep, and then let's just brook the Uta away.
Sir.
And your go.
Okay, so I'll drop turn. Pretty basic turn, so let's do a 5k at life.
Yep, and I actually tend to counter pretty aggressively in this matchup, so I'm just gonna give up the Spandine.
And then let's play the Lucky Root that I searched, and then I'll pass.
Yeah, Lucky Root is an obnoxious card when I'm trying to set up a lot of Brook shenanigans, but I can't do much about it. So what I'll do is just spend my turn playing Kaku,
Ooh.
or 4-cost Kaku, bottoming these two, reduce Lucky Roo by 3, and I'll swing Brook and KO it.
Yep, and then that would let me actually KO the Kaku.
Yep. And then I'll just do a 6 at life, trash 2.
Sir. And for that, I do want to counter aggressively to stay healthy, but I think I need cards for now, so I'll take it.
And your go from there.
And then KO the Kaku is better because I can swing at the Brook now, and it's also only at 4k.
Yep.
I think you're going to a 7 Dawn turn next, which means you have Jack, which means anything I play is going to get KO'd anyway, so maybe I don't even need to swing at this Brook. So that leads me to believe I can just do a 5k swing at life.
Life? Okay. I definitely want to find some better options for next turn, so I'll take this card.
And then let's get some value. So I'll go actually if you go Jack and Jones swing 5k, which means my leader gets value anyway. So I will actually just go Zoro for 3.
Ooh, okay.
And then swing 6k at life.
Yep, and I tend to want to counter pretty early in case of emergency. The emergency in this case, if you have like a dragon to even apply more pressure, so I'll give up that 2k.
Yep, and then I will pass.
Awesome. Okay. Going into this turn, now I have an interesting conundrum. You kind of pretty obviously left up 2 Dawn to maybe like Red Hawk to snipe this Brook, and I have to decide whether I want to maybe like give up attacking and getting cards in my trash for the sake of like guaranteeing my Brook stays in play. And I think that's probably better, to be honest. So I'm just gonna not attack this turn, play Jack, KO the Brook, or KO the Zoro, and then discard a Lucci, and then pass the turn.
Okay, sounds good. I'll drop a turn. So we did slow him down on that front. Now I have a choice. How many cards do you have in hand?
4, only 4 over here.
So I could swing big at the Jack. If I swing 6 Dawn, it'll be 11. I want to swing at least probably 7 to KO that Jack. What is your trash ship like for your Moria turn?
There's a Rebecca, there's a Lucci, and that's about it. There's no 2-cost reducer.
Yep. 2-cost reducer is pretty good for me, but Ice Age shenanigans still gets there.
Yep.
I think it's probably worth getting cards out of your hand and kind of playing the long game, the resource war. I don't mind playing the long game because my deck has a lot of characters that gain me value, like Shanks minus 1000 in my leader. So I think I would just actually go big at your Jack. It would be 13k.
Yeah, Jack gone.
Then I will pass.
Awesome. I don't have the Moria, so it's actually a pretty good turn for you. I'm probably going to spend this turn just kind of developing, just kind of taking it relatively slow and seeing how that goes. So let's start with the Spandum. Rebecca, Spandine, and Kaku. Spandine seems pretty good here, so I'll just take that. And honestly, don't really plan on doing much else, so let's just spend 4 for Rebecca and spend the rest of my attacks just swinging for 6. So let's go 6 at life with Brook.
So I don't know that you're gonna spend another 6 attacks. So let's do my leader effect and ditch a Lucky Root.
Sure. Then I'll just do a 7.
7 is good.
Trash 2. Yep.
No trigger.
And then I will go Rebecca, and Rebecca is going to just bring back a 2K. Or actually, I probably should bring back the Jack because I don't have anything else to do afterwards. So let's do that. And then put in another Brook just to make you deal with them. And I'll pass to you.
Okay, so 2 Brooks is pretty annoying to deal with. So I have options. I think the Brooks are annoying enough. So you didn't play Moria last turn, which means you're kind of brooking. So I want to keep playing the Resource War. So now I just gotta figure out how annoying those Brooks actually are. I do have this, so I think we can start off with a Rayleigh, and Rayleigh is gonna -3 to one Brook, -2 to the other Brook, and then we're gonna KO the Rebecca.
Yep.
And then that'll allow us to swing into one of the Brooks.
Yep, and I assume the smaller one or the bigger one?
I think bigger or smaller one, just a guaranteed kill.
The smaller one. Okay, yeah, the 1K. Yeah, man gone.
And then I'll pass.
Awesome. Okay. From my side, I have to try to figure out what I want to do in terms of trying to be as efficient as I possibly can with a lot of my KOs. Thankfully, I drew a Tempest Kick, so I think Tempest Kick is probably going to be the best way for me to clear. And ideally, I end up drawing a Moria, so everything gets even better. But at the very least, we'll start with Tempest Kick, reducing the Rayleigh down to a 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let's go. I could play Kaku plus Lucci. That can help me kind of get rid of all of your characters while also not exposing my Jack. But at the same time, I think I just need to play Jack just so I can draw different cards. So let's just swing this 2K guy just to reduce your Rayleigh once more down to 4. And then I'll swing 7 at life, trashing 2, reduce the Rayleigh down to 3.
Yep. And then I will spend 2 for the Red Hawk, KO your Brook.
Yep. And then, yeah, let's play that Jack. Draw, trash, discarding a Lucci, and then, yeah, KO. You go from there.
And how many cards do you have in hand now?
4 only.
Gotcha. Okay, so now we can play Shanks first, and then we'll swing at your Jack first instead of the leader first. So I don't have an extra card to defend. And 10 costs are pretty annoying to get rid of, so I could not attack you here and force you to draw the cards to get rid of, but I think playing this game too long and hoping you don't draw Moria is kind of bad, so I'll swing 5k lead.
Yeah. I currently do not have a Suru or a Tempest Kick, because I do have Ice Age plus Moria now, so I need to try to find some other way to get rid of this guy. So I had to take that one.
And I'll pass.
Alrighty, it looks like my KO this turn is going to be a clunky one. I drew a Kaku out of life, so what I can do is I can swing 7 at life. Looks like it's a 7 at life, reducing the 10-drop Shanks down to a 9-drop.
And I could leader and counter this, but I'm also missing on a card to play next turn, so I think I can greedily take this.
And then let's go Ice Age, currently reducing your Shanks down to a 4 cost. And then I will go Spandine. Spandine is going to do some Khalifa shenanigans, actually, to reduce him down to a 2. Wait, I tapped 1 too many. That's what happened. Draw. And discard a Spandam and a Moria, actually. And then Kaku the guy. And you're go.
Okay, and how many cards do you have in hand now?
Currently 3. You're making me struggle.
3. So I could go at the Khalifa, but I'm not really scared of her because you would have to invest 2 Dawn on her to make her threatening. One thing I can do is I could kind of put the pedal to the metal and swing bigger, but I don't really have the hand for that. So I'll just go a measly 5k at your leader.
Yep, and I just need to buy as much time as I can, so one more Khalifa down the
Yep.
dust.
And unfortunately, you only have a 4k character, but I'll play this Rayleigh anyway. And then I'll
Yep.
play out a Marco, and I don't think I want to KO anything since you don't have the other two in trash. And they're not really
Yeah,
threatening
I
against
I
attackers.
think it's smart just to let those guys stay there, just minimize my chances of actually doing anything scary with like my trash.
Nice. 7 in hand.
7. Okay. So let's start with a Tempest kick, reducing the Silver's Rayleigh down. So that's currently a 2. I could try to KO the Marco as well, but I think letting you use an event or discard an event for free is probably not the best idea, and it probably makes more sense to just try to get extra counter off of my Moria. So let's play a Moria, bring back Rebecca and Spandam. Oops. Spandam effect. Let's see what I can find. No luck there. The Rebecca is going to bring back a 2k again, and then I'll Spandine Lucci the Rayleigh.
Yep, then you have another 6k swing, so unless I'm prepared to defend both, which in this case I think I am, so I'll give you a lime juice.
Yep, and now I could either swing 5/5 or just swing 6 with my leader, so might as well just swing the 6 and trash 2.
Yep, and I will give you a Sanji.
Yep, and here we go, 2 cards in hand.
2 cards, so we could try to take board a little bit. I think because we're at 2 life, we're not in a threat of dying, but cleaning up the board would be nice since I don't have anything like Shanks that can reduce your board. In that case, I'll go. Let's go 6k at leader and then see how you react.
Yeah, I'll give you a 2k. The
So,
2k I just brought back.
and then now let's play out Dragon. Just drew him,
Ooh.
uses effect attached to the Shanks.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll go 9k at your Kaku.
Yeah, and I'll just block with Rebecca if you want to spend the rest of the dawn making another 9 happen. I think that's fine by me.
And now I think we're kind of in a race. I don't lose next turn, but maybe I can take it next turn if you decide to put me down to 0. So I'll do 7k leader.
7k leader. Yep, take that.
And then I'll pass with 2 open.
2 open and 6 cards at the moment, right?
5 cards.
5 cards. Alrighty. Definitely got some work to do in terms of attack sizing. But I think I can just start with a 7 here and see how you'll react. So I guess I can also minimize. I actually don't really care if you end up red hawking and getting rid of my Khalifa. It makes it easier for me to attack into your dragon. So I'll swing 7 at the Rob Lucci, or 7 at lead with Rob Lucci.
Gotcha. And then you have 9 active, which means you can go 2 9s with 7 more K or 7 more Dawn, and you have 2 Dawn. So it could be a 9, 10, 10. In that case, I will leader effect and give you a 2k.
Yeah. Okay. So leader effect is officially gone, which is pretty nice here. And now I think I can probably get some more 7k swings at life to at least pressure you. So let's go 7 at life.
Okay. And in that case, I would take that one. No trigger.
Yep. Let's get another 7 at life.
Okay, so I don't counter this. It's probably a 10, 9, 10. Either way, it's also probably a 9, 10.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of want to make you work for it. So I'll give you a 0 cost and a Shanks.
Alrighty. And you currently have 3 cards?
3 cards.
Okay. Let's do... The problem is I really would prefer if I just attacked your board, to be honest. So I think I'm actually pretty content if you end up countering out of the 7k swing, and then I can just do a 12 at your dragon. Alternatively, I can do an 8 here, which is going to be a slightly more annoying, and I get to do an 11 anyways. So maybe this 8 actually is probably the best of both worlds. So let's go 8 at life,
So
trash 2.
An 11k coming after this. So I will actually just take this, and I will Red Hawk your Moria.
Ooh, gross. Yeah. Moria is a negative 1k. I only have 3 cards. I'll pass to you.
Okay, so now it's just a lethal game for us. And we do have a rush character, so we could pivot. So if we spread it out evenly, Marco's a 9, leader's a 9. So I think we start out with just a 9 here.
Yep. And I will take this and no trigger.
Yep, and then now we'll go a 10.
10, and you have 7 Dawn?
6 Dawn.
6 Dawn, so you can do an 11.
Yes.
Worst case scenario, I think I just do have to take this, and I will not look at it for the suspense.
And then we'll do an 11.
All right, I have 2, so 7, 9, 10, and 11. So I need to get 1K. It's a Moria, so you
Oh,
got it.
the Red Hawk coming clutch. I also just needed a 1K as well because I had 6K counter. So
Oh, sure.
I think it's definitely worth to take it there. Otherwise, you go on a dragon and then he dies.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely try to do my best to just make sure that you ended up being in a rough spot. But yeah, I think I just ran out of kind of stuff to do, which was pretty good from your angle.
All right, so I'll have 1 down, and then I will just pass.
Awesome. Draw and pass back.
So 1 down, then I will swing a 6K lead.
Yep, and I'll just take this. No trigger.
Then I will pass.
And trying to figure out what the best course of action is. I honestly just want to swing 5 and just play a Lucci as an extra attacker. So I'll just swing 5 and trash 2.
And then I'll use my leader effect.
Yep, and then just play Lucci. You're good.
Alright, so I'll get 2 down and I'll draw. And then I will swing another 6K since we put a body that can be Lucky Rude.
Ooh, that's pretty good. Let me give you a 2K.
I will play a Lucky Rude. Then I will pass.
Awesome. Draw. I'll just swing 6 with the Lucci. If you just want to block now or block later, it's kind of the same my way.
I'll probably block later on the second attack anyway, so I'll do my... actually, because if I don't block it now, then it's the same thing if I counter your 6A leader attack, so I'll just block now and KO your Lucci.
Yep, makes sense. And then I'll just do a 7 at life, trash 2.
Yep.
Sabo and Siru.
And then I will just take this.
Sure. I'll just play a Rebecca and bring back a 2K Kaku, and your go.
Okay, I'm on my 7 down turn here. I do have a Ben Beckman. Marco here would be a lot nicer, but I don't have it, so I will just play the Ben Beckman to KO your Rebecca. Trash your Rebecca.
Yep.
Then do a 5K at leader.
Yep, and I'll give you a Spandine.
Then I will pass.
Yep. And I'm going to spend another turn just kind of taking, or not really doing much, just developing. Because I think if I spend, or I guess that's a change of plans, I end up drawing a Jack, which is probably best case scenario. I was planning on just playing a Moria, but since I drew the Jack, I get to go Ice Age plus Jack on this Ben Beckman and make sure the board's clear. So let's go 5 at life and probably let you use leader ability for free.
Yep, I'll use the leader ability.
Yep, and I'll go Ice Age plus Jack and then KO the Ben Beckman and discard a 9-cost Kaido. And you're go.
Gotcha. And how many cards in hand now?
I currently have 5.
5 in hand. Unfortunately, I don't have the Otama Rayleigh play, but I can maybe do some other things. I could do what I did last game and just swing big at him and kind of push tempo my way. That allows you to value Moria. But I think getting rid of that body is pretty important. So I'll just swing 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 14 at your Jack.
Yeah, Jack gone.
Then I'll pass.
Awesome. And like you mentioned, you did give me the avenue to just play a Moria, which I'm pretty happy to do. So let's go 7 at life, trash 2.
I could defend this, but I'm at 4 life, so I'm still pretty healthy as well. I mean, I think getting some cards now would be nice, so I'll take it.
Yep, and then let's play Moria. And I'm actually just going to put in a bunch of characters because I think the extra cards are going to matter, or the extra attackers are going to matter. So let's go Rebecca, Spandam. Spandam is going to put a Lucci into my hand, and Rebecca is going to bring back a Spandine. And then Spandine's just going to put a Lucci back in play. And a 2K. And your go from there.
How many cards do you have in hand now?
I currently have 6, one of which being the Lucci.
Gotcha. So we can kind of play this game a little slow and hope that you don't draw your removal. So let's play Shanks to -1 to your board. And then we'll swing 5 at your Lucci.
Yep, and I'm just going to keep my characters, just try to apply some pressure. So I'll give you a Brook.
Yep, and then let's do 12 at your Lucci.
And the problem for me is I actually probably want to let this go because next turn I'm gonna get rid of this Shanks without putting in an extra Rebecca. So because of that, I want to make sure I have a Rebecca for a subsequent Shanks to defend my Moria.
Yep, and then I'll pass.
Awesome. Yep. And for me, just gotta use all 10 on my Dawn for the KO. So let's go 5 at life, reducing the Shanks by 1.
Then we use my leader.
Yep, and then I'll just do a 9 at life.
Yep, and I'll take this one. No trigger.
Yep, and then I'll play a Suru to reduce the Shanks by 2 to make him a 7, and then I will play a Kaido. Activate his main, discard a Lucci in my case, and then KO with a Shanks.
Yep, and in this case, I think I will trash a Rayleigh.
And you're go.
Okay, and how many cards in hand now?
Now 3.
3? Okay, so it's very annoying that he kept that Rebecca up, because now I have another Shanks, but then now it gets protected. But we'll go 12 at your Moria.
Yep, and I'll just block.
Now it's whether I want to give you an extra card, or if I think I can somehow take over the board with this Shanks and then defend my last couple of life. I think I don't want to give you the extra card right now, so I won't swing and try to race you that way, because I don't think I can race you your life.
Alrighty. I get to kind of grind this game out. I drew a Tempest Kick, so I'm trying to figure out if I can get rid of this. I can go Tempest Kick, reduce the Shanks down to a 7. And let's look at my trash to see if I happen to have everything I'll need. Looks like I cannot get rid of it, unfortunately. So it's just going to stay a 7. And I think I'm just going to spend this turn just putting in some blockers and trying to relax. So let's just do an 8 at life.
An 8 at life. Not sure that this would be the smallest attack. So I would just counter out 2 2Ks.
Yep. Let's go another 8.
And then it's hard for you to make the last one an 8, so I think I will take this one. No trigger.
Yep. And for me, I have to decide whether I want to just put a bunch of Dawn on my leader to try to get the swing through, and then play a Rebecca, or if it makes more sense to try to do something like Rebecca plus Sabo. In my case, I think I'm just going to just play the Rebecca with the remainder of my Dawn and just try to get you to close to 0 as possible. So let's go 10 at life, trashing 2.
Gotcha. And how many cards do you have in hand?
4.
4 in hand. In that case, I think I will take this one. No trigger.
Yep. And then let's play that Rebecca. Rebecca is going to, I think, bring back a 2K, but yeah, I think it's just always going to be a 2K, and hope I can survive this onslaught of attacks. So 4 cards in hand still.
So we're at 0 now. I think the easy play to do first would just be 12 on 8. I don't think I want to invest any more down on that.
Yeah, and I'll just block pretty comfortably.
And then now if I want to make this threatening, I have to invest at least 6 Dawn, which I don't think is worth it. In the other hand, I can, you said you have 4 hearts now?
Yep.
Let's play out the Rayleigh first, just to see what we get. So we'll draw 2, since you have 2 characters, 5,000 more. And then I would trash a Shanks.
Yep.
Now I have 5 Dawn left over. I could play another blocker, but if one of them gets KO'd, it makes it very awkward because you can just split your attacks half or 3 ways and not have to counter a big attack. But I think getting the extra blocker is pretty nice, so I'll have to do it eventually anyway. So I'll play another Rayleigh, draw 2.
Yep.
And then for this one, I would ditch a Red Hawk. Then I will pass again. I don't want you to get more cards to KO these guys.
Alrighty. And you currently have a full grip, right? It's probably like 8 or 9.
10.
10. Alright. Well, I think I'm going to have to use this as my best turn to apply some pressure. So let's do that 9 at life.
Okay, so 9 at life. The cheapest KO you have is 4 Dawn with Brook and Ice Age. That leaves a pretty big secondary attack. How many cards do you have in hand?
I currently have 5.
5. In that case, I'll give you a 2, 2, 1.
Okay. That is pretty good. You're down to 7 cards, which I really can't complain about. So let's do a
Oh,
Let's do
sorry.
a
Actually,
9 at life. Oh, go ahead.
oh,
You want to use leader ability?
yeah, I used leader. I totally forgot about that leader,
Yeah,
but
you're
yeah,
good. Now let's just do an 8 at life, trashing 2 and reducing one of the Rayleigh's cost by 1.
yep. And again, your cheapest KO is still 4 Dawn, so you can do a 10k swing after that, which I don't want. So I'll give you 2 2ks.
Yep. And I think I just want to get rid of one of these Rayleighs and then attack with my Kaido. So let's just do that. Since I reduced it down to a 4, I'll play Suru and then Lucci. And then I'll swing 9 with my other Kaido.
Sure. So I could block this, and then I think I would defend out of this. So I'll give you a 0 cost, ditching. How many cards do you have in hand now?
I have 3 now.
3? I think I'll ditch a Zoro, and then give you a Marco.
Okay. You have 3 or 2 cards now?
3.
3. Okay. Yeah, I'll just pass to you.
Okay.
Definitely, at least one of my big characters is dying, if not both. But we got you from 10 cards down to 4, so I can't really complain about this.
Yes, sir. Let's go 12 at your Kaido.
Kaido gone.
And then I could do another 12 at your Kaido to guarantee the KO. I could be greedy and only swing 10. That seems too greedy for me. I think I want to leave that blocker up for sure. How many 2Ks do you have in trash?
Let's count. 1, 2, 3. 3 2Ks.
And then
And there's 2 in play.
Yeah, I think it would be too greedy to try to not, or try to just go 10 at it. So I'm just gonna go 12, 2, 4, 6, 7. I want to go 12, so I need 7 down. So I'll go 12.
Yep, and Mori is gone.
Okay. And now I'll play an Uta, checking top 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll take the Lucky Root, and then we'll pass.
Yep. Awesome. So my Lucci is a 5k, and I want to try to get as many attacks in as I possibly can this turn. So because of that, and you have how many cards? 3?
4.
4, 4, 4. I'm just gonna start with a 7 with Lucci at life and see how you end up reacting to that.
Yep. So swung for 7. I can do my leader and a 2k, and I think it's a pretty clean counter. So I'll do my leader effect and then give you a 2k.
Yep. And then let's just do a 9 at life, trashing 2.
The last attack can be another 5k, so I can easily do a block and give you a Red Hawk to KO that Spandam, and then now you can't do that 6k anymore, or 5k.
100%. Okay, let's continue the try to build a board and eventually end this game. Let's continue Rebecca Spandine Lucci.
I'll drop a turn. And how many cards do you have in hand now?
3.
3. So I could go for the Luccis. I'm also worried that I'm running out of cards. Like I started at 10, I'm down to 3, so I wonder if I need to start racing Yusin. That might be the move. And then now how greedy can I be with not KOing your Luccis? I don't think that greedy. Unless I leave both blockers up. So if I do have a Lucky Root that you saw me grab, and if you want to KO it, your cheapest KO is 2 Ice Age and a Lucci or Spandine actually, so it's 5 Dawn. And that leaves you 5 Dawn, so I probably need at least 7k counter. I think that means I have to KO one of your Luccis at least. So we'll do 12k at your Lucci.
Yep, and you've got a Lucci gone.
Yep. And then now I don't think I need to worry about the other one. So I'll just go a big your cheapest KO. Now I'm thinking whether I can at least swing with this Rayleigh, because your cheapest KO for my 1 blocker is 4 Dawn, leaves you 6 left over, so I'll probably need 7k. So I don't think that means I can swing there. So I'll go, let's continue going at the Lucci for 9k.
Yep, and I'll just block this time. Just to have at least one reasonable attacker is going to be pretty important here.
And then now I'll play a Lucky Root and I'll pass.
Sure. Oh.
2 in hand.
2 in hand. Alrighty, let's start with a 7 at life with, or sorry, this is gonna be a, sorry, it's gonna be a 7, but I forgot to put the extra down on him.
No worries.
Yeah.
So 8 Dawn, cheapest KO is Brook, so 4 Dawn, so that means a 9k attack. I haven't used my leader effect yet either. So at 7, I will give you a block and a 2k.
Yep. And you currently have 2 cards?
1 card.
1 card. Okay. Well, I think I'm just gonna KO your Lucky Roo and just get a relatively obnoxious swing in. So let's play 4 for a 4-cost Kaku. Putting in 2 CPs, reducing the Lucky Roo, and then let's Brook it. And then let's do a 6.
The Lucky Roo will KO your
Oh yeah,
Kaku.
Lucci. Oh, Kaku. Yep.
And then I will Red Hawk your Brook.
Yep. Here we go.
Yeah, so now I'm in top deck mode. And now I just have to hope that you don't have enough to KO. So if you swing, no matter what, I'm swinging over this Lucci. So I'll swing 12 at Lucci. I don't think splitting it 4 6s, you can't do that. So you're splitting it in half with a 1k body. You need 4 Dawn to make it a 5k. So it's going to be an 8-8. In that case, I would just swing. It's a bit overkill, but I have nothing to do with the Dawn anyway. So I'll swing 12k lead.
Yeah, I'll take that one for sure.
And then I'll pass.
Awesome. Let's draw. Still don't have a KO, so we'll just keep attacking, keep moving along. This is currently a 1, so yeah, let's get that 8 in. See if you drew that Red Hawk, yeah.
We'll block that.
And then another 8.
And I can just lead her in 2k, so you got it.
Yeah. Ooh, that was a weird grindy game in terms of like how you wanted to play it out.
Right.
2 big characters is probably a little too much, but if only had 1, I think it's a lot more reasonable to just grind it out.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it didn't feel good to give you that extra card when you're at 4 life because I'm not carrying you anytime soon too. I think it would have been better, or like it's better to just try to see if you can draw your relays, which are the only cards that generate your resources.
Alrighty, let's get us started. Let's start with a Spandam. Good start from my end. And I have my choice of Lucci's, so I'll take 1 and put the rest in the trash.
Okay.
You're good.
Down 2, and then I'll pass.
Awesome. And let's swing a 5, because I do end up having the Brook here. You can use your leader ability, but I'm pretty happy getting this guy in play. You go after that.
Okay. Down 2, and I don't have much, so I'll just go 7k lead.
Yep, and I'll take this, no trigger.
And I'll pass.
Awesome. Alright. For me, I think defending my Brook from a potential Red Hawk is pretty important here, even at the cost of like maybe playing something else. So I'll actually swing 6 with Brook here. Making him a 6k makes it so that leader ability plus Red Hawk doesn't KO him. So.
Yep, and for this I'll take no trigger.
Yep, and I think I'll actually just swing 5 here and just play another Brook, to be honest. Trash 2.
And I'll give you a leader effect like that.
Yeah, and get that Brook in play. Here you go.
So I'll Dawn up, draw 2. 2 Brooks does makes things very annoying because I do have a 5 cost to play, but not the Mark or Ace, which are more sticky. In that case, I might want to take it slow, and then if you play Jack, it's okay as well. So I think I want to go 7k at your leader.
Leader, okay. I'll take that.
And I'll pass.
Ooh, okay. Well, no matter what, it's going to be pretty hard to save both of these Brooks. And I don't have the Jack, unfortunately. So I think what I want to do this turn is just try to get a couple swings in. Let's start with a 5 at life and trash.
And then we'll just give you a Red Hawk and one of the Brooks.
Yep. Understood. Kind of was what I was expecting, to be honest. Now I guess you have another. There's a chance you have another Red Hawk, but even still, I just don't think I mind that much. Let's just do a 6 at life.
And you left 5 Dawn, so it could be a Sabo. Either way, I think I want to defend this. So I'll just give you a leader ability, and then we'll give you the relay.
Sure. For me, just more setup, with mostly just going to involve playing this Spandam, taking a 2k, and then I'm just going to play play a Rebecca. The more Rebeccas I have in this matchup, the kind of more comfortable things feel. And I think the guy you just got rid of is coming back with a vengeance. Let's get more Brooks in play. Here we go.
So I'm gonna don up draw. 8 on turn. I don't have an 8 cost now, so I think I'll just go 6k at one of your Brooks.
6 at one of the Brooks with a Ben Beckman is pretty good, but I think I can afford to just block this. Yeah, let's just block.
Yep, and let's Ben Beckman one of the Brooks.
Yep.
Then I'll pass.
Let's draw for turn. And from here, I can reduce Ben Beckman down to a 5 with what I have. But I don't have a Helmeppo in my trash, and I don't have 4-cost Kaku either. So because of that, I think what I want to do this turn is probably just play my Kaido and only play my Kaido. There is a risk of just like really scary stuff from your side. But I'm not entirely sure if you can live the, or maybe it's just like fine to let you keep your character. I'm kind of like brainstorming here. It's honestly not the worst. I think it's way scarier for me if a Shanks lives, so I'll actually just swing 6 at life, trashing 2, and just play a Moria for fun.
That one? No trigger.
Yep. And let's put that aforementioned fun Moria in play. Bringing back Rebecca and Spandam. Maybe I'll put in a Spandy and Lucci a lot of the time here. Take a 4-cost Kaku. And yeah, let's bring back Spandian. And then I'm just going to put in Lucci as an extra attacker here. Just because if I'm not going to do anything kind of removal based, I probably should try to put some characters in play at least. And it's your go from there.
So your hand's pretty big, so I don't have the luxury of playing this too slow. So let's drop a 10 Shanks and do 5k at your reduced Lucci.
Yep, and I will give you a 2k.
Yep, and now I'm thinking about whether I want to swing this Beckman. I think it's okay since he's relatively strong compared to the Moria, so we'll do 7k against the Lucci.
And I'm fine using this Lucci as like a pseudo blocker, so man's down.
Yep, and then 12k lead.
Yep, and I had the same issues before as with my Cleo being Kaido based, so I'm actually just going to leave my Rebecca up so I can get rid of things later.
Yep, and then I'll pass.
Awesome. Cards in hand, you still have a fair amount, correct?
8.
8, okay. Yep, let's start with a Tempest Kick. Drop, and let's reduce that Kaido, or the Shanks, rather. Let's get rid of it. And then play Kaido. Kaido's going to discard a Lucci and get rid of the Shanks. And what did you discard?
I'm thinking about... It's hard, because the rest of the hand is pretty good. I'll give you Red Hawk.
Okay, and then let's just go 5 at life, trashing 2.
And 9 can come up Ben Beckman, but we do leader effect.
Yep, and I'm just going to do a 9 at life. Trying to attack a Ben Beckman here is a little too aggressive, so your go from there.
Alright, so you have a pretty big board. And how many cards do you have in hand now?
7.
7. So we could start out with a 5, which I think you have to counter.
Ooh, you have another 10 drop? That'd be kind of scary. In this case, I will give you a 2k.
And then let's do a 7k at leader.
And I think I'm actually just going to counter this. Not happy about it, but I just need a little bit more of a life buffer. And if you play the 10 cost, I really want to be able to block. So let's go 2-2.
So, and then let's play the 10 cost, and then do at your Moria for 12.
Yep, and I'll block.
Then I'll pass.
And you still have a fair amount of cards, and I think I have to spend this turn
8.
basically only attacking you to try to get you kind of dead before it's too late, basically. So let's do a 7 at life, trashing 2.
Yep. And for that, we'll give you a leader ability, and then we'll discard Notama.
Yep. 8 at life.
8 life. I think there's no guarantee that the next attack is smaller. You could go with my Ben Beckman instead or my Shanks, but that would be okay for me. So I'll do 2-2Ks.
Yep. Another 8.
And then I can take this and stay at 1.
And then let's play another Moria. Get those extra bodies in. Rebecca Spandam's probably what the move is. And let's see if I get lucky with hitting another 2K. There is some luck, so let's take that 2K. And I don't think putting in a Lucci is as relevant as it was back then, since I have so many characters. I think just having more 2Ks, or in this case, I think taking a Sabo might just be a little bit more fruitful. So yeah, let's take Sabo. Actually, I think a 2K is better since I have a Rebecca for later. So let's take another 2K. So I currently have this and this that you know about. And you're go.
All right, and how many in hand?
I currently have 6.
6 in hand. So I don't think going at your board is actually plausible anymore. Now it's how defensive I want to play. I can't go for a game unless I have some cheap way to KO your blocker, which I don't. So I'm gonna leave up 5 for relay for sure, and then depending on what I draw, I might have to play around finger pistol in life. So I definitely don't want to lose that. So I think to start with, an easy number is probably just either 7K with Ben Beckman or 5K with my Shanks. I think 7K with Ben Beckman makes sense.
Yep. And for me, I'm pretty happy just going 2K, 1K.
Yep. And then how many cards in hand now?
Currently 4.
4 cards in hand. I don't know how much I can play around it anymore, so I'll do Silver's Rayleigh, drawing 2.
Yep.
And then I will ditch a Rayleigh of my own.
Yep.
And then now I can do. You have 3 big attackers, so I have to prepare for them all. I think a 6K here makes sense.
And I'll give you a Kaku.
Yep. And then let's go 12 at your Moria because you're probably gonna block anyway.
Yep. Might as well let me or force me to block.
And pass with 7 in hand.
7 in hand. Alrighty. Let's start the swings. Let's go 8 at life.
8 at life is a pretty easy bad beat.
Yep. Let's do another 8 at life.
And then this is another easy red beat.
Yep. Let's try a 6 at life, trashing 2.
So I could block and counter this, and then force you to go with my life. It's a free card either way, so I'll do my leader effect first and then block.
Yep. And you have 5 cards right now?
I have 5, yes.
Yeah, let's just do an 8 at life.
8 life, and then we will give you a Red Hawk and KO your spinner.
Yep. And then I'll go Rebecca, bring back a Sabo, and then play Sabo. Trying to just grind this game out as long as I possibly can, even though I have very few cards in my deck at this point. Let's discard Jack plus Kaido here.
The 2 non-counters. So you could potentially have non-counters. How many cards do you have in hand now?
3.
3. So the options are to go for board, which I need to go 3 big attacks, since 2 of them are getting blocked for sure. The other option is if I can defend and then protect against 4 characters, which doesn't seem that likely. So let's start out with a 12 at your Moria.
Yep, and I'll just pretty easily block with Rebecca.
And then now we can make you respect Zoro. Those guys are 8K.
Yep, they're all 8.
I think we can maybe play this defensively. If that means I can block 1, block 2, and then I just have to counter 1 attack. That's assuming you don't have anything else to play. I think we can start with a 7K lead.
7K at lead. I'm worried about Zoro here, but I think I just have to take this swing. There really isn't a way to deal with the Sabo that isn't a bunch of Dawn, so I think I'm fine with just taking this.
And how many hand
up? Currently 4.
Okay, so we have 1 life, 1 blocker, so I need 3 attacks to go in. So there needs to be some kind of map that either gets through or force you to block. I think we can start out with potentially this Dawn. I don't like the fact I have that. If I look at my track record, 2 red means then I already used 2 black beans. There's no point in me leaving down because if I hit Red Hawk all life, I would just do it anyway. But
Yep.
we're just gonna
How many Red
go
Hawks are in trash right now?
2, 3.
3. Okay.
Yeah, if I get it, I'm just gonna trigger it anyway, so there's no point in me leaving down. So I'll just go 11k at your Moria.
11k Moria. I'll give you 2 2Ks.
Sir, and I'll give you a lucky ruin pass.
Lucky Ruse in the house. And you currently have 3 cards?
4.
4, 4, 4. Okay. Well, I think it just makes the most sense to try to go for game here. It's not like it's the worst. Unfortunately, I don't have like a great clear. I also don't have any cards in deck, but it's a different problem. If I wanted to make a bunch of my swings as obnoxious as possible, I could do 7, 7, and then 9, 9, 9, so I can make one more 9. I think it doesn't make sense too much to make the Sabo that big of a swing, since you're probably just going to want to block with it anyways. But I think starting with a 7 is probably just the best bet. Let's go 7 at life.
Yep, and then we'll do a 0 cost.
Yep.
A dragon.
Yep, and I think the rest of my attacks are just going to be all 9s. So let's start the chain. 9 life.
Yep, and for this we'll take no trigger.
9 life.
And we'll block and KO your Sabo.
Yep. 9 life.
And then you have 5 Dawn left over.
5
right?
Dawn. Yep.
We'll do leader ability and give you 1, 1, 2.
1, 1, 2, and that is good enough. My hand is just a bunch of bricks.
Good game.
Good game. The 10 cost sticking are very obnoxious, and not having like multiple KOs for it is like basically doom for me. Even without those extra 5 drops, you've been able to kind of stick them relatively well.